What's up, everybody? You are tuned in to the Cris
Ammo.
podcast, episode 65, Big Energy Monday. Hope everybody's having a good Monday afternoon, whether you're at work, whether you're off, whatever you're doing today. Hope you're having a good day. We got a lot to talk about. So, without further ado, let's get to it. And we are back. Chris Lamar podcast, episode 65, Big Energy Monday. Like I said, hope everybody's having a good day today. Ma, what's going on, man?
Man, I'm good, bro. Good. Birthday weekend, you know what I mean? Another trip around the sun, man. So feeling good, feel blessed, man. So what about you?
I'm good, man. In the process of moving, making a big move with my lady. But yeah, everything is good, brother. Can't complain.
Yep. Got through March Madness, you know what I mean? First week.
Made some good money.
Likewise.
So. All right, man. Let's talk about it. March Madness, man. It happened. It went down.
Mm-hmm.
We had the 64, and then we got down to the 32. Yesterday's was the round of 32. Let's pull it up. The more notable people that won: North Carolina demolished. Uh, Michigan State. They beat Michigan State 85-69.
Mm-hmm.
Gonzaga beat Kansas 89-68.
Mm-hmm.
Who else? You had Duke put the beats on James Madison 93-65, and UConn put the beats on Northwestern 75-58, and then San Diego State they won 85-57. But the one game that went down to the wire, Houston, number one, Houston
Mm-hmm.
went to overtime with Texas A&M. They ended up winning in overtime, 100-95.
Yeah.
So, what are your overall takeaways for the first week of March Madness?
Well, I'll start off with the men. I think I'll start off with what you left off with. I think Houston, I think they really showed kind of like they can deal with adversary. Since with Texas A&M, I think they matched up really well with Houston. Houston really came off going into the tournament with that big dud of a loss in their conference tournament where I think they got beat by like 30 points. So I think it was a really good showing for them that they were able to, because this was the matchup I was really worried about with them, that seeing if they can even get over the hump. But I think that was a good sign. I think also I'm not a big Duke fan, but Duke has really impressed me so far just with them on this. Seems like they ain't taking no BS. It seems like they're really playing at a really big peak right now. Another one is I think this is Zach Randolph's like cousin or something, the homie from NC State, the big boy
This
in
is
the
brother.
middle. His brother, homie, bro. Homie is huge, bro. Like I don't think anybody in college basketball can really find a way to deal with him. I would love to see the matchup between him and my man from Purdue. Homie's like 7'1". I would love to see that matchup if they were able to get to it. But obviously, it'll probably be a long shot for that to happen. But they've been looking pretty good. Obviously, you saw it in the ACC championship game where North Carolina had some problems defending him as well. We got some big boys up front. So, if we have trouble, I think anybody's going to have really a lot of trouble with NC State. My boys, my team, North Carolina. They've been looking really good. A lot of people had the upset against them. Michigan State beating them, but they came through. It started off a little rocky in the beginning. I think they were ended up being down by like 8 or 10 points, but they got in a little groove of things. Arizona's been looking really good. Tennessee, they fought off a close win off of Texas. 58-62. Illinois, they've been looking really good. I think some people even had them winning the whole thing. So the whole consistency with the whole weekend, it seems like there weren't really too many upsets. Like obviously you had the Kentucky one, and I think another one that was in an upset. But for the majority of the tournament so far, it seems like all the favorites have been winning. Which just to me means like I think this weekend is going to be pretty epic, man, with just the matchups and the different styles, the different scores, the different types of talent that we have in college basketball that we're really starting to see with this tournament. A lot of people don't really watch NCAA basketball throughout the whole regular season unless if you're a big, lover of basketball or you're a big follower of any specific college. So, we're starting to see some guys where you can see like, you can see the potentials of them making, the NBA. I think homie from Illinois, he looks really good. I think he shows a lot of promise. I think there's some cats from North Carolina that shows a lot of promise. Even Arizona. So overall, man, it was a really good weekend. Kansas, they went down pretty hard against Gonzaga. I had them losing in their first game, but Gonzaga's looking good. But for the most part, man, my bracket is still kind of intact. You know what I mean? I found a intact so far. So far so good on the men's side. On the women's side, it sucks to see UNLV, the Lady Rebels, going down. That kind of sucked. But we get the majority of the games. You got Juju Watkins. She played pretty well. Obviously Kaden Clark, your girl, she played really well. Good game. Some good games today. So I'm looking forward to watching those ladies play today.
Yeah. South Carolina, they're just ridiculous.
Crazy.
They was up 59-19 at halftime.
Yeah, I think they ended up winning by like 40 points against North Carolina.
88-41. Yeah.
Okay.
LSU was in a little bit of a barn burner in the beginning. It looked kind of shaky. They pulled it out in this fourth quarter. Started, playing basketball, and ended up beating Middle Tennessee 83-56.
You mind if I ask you a question real quick? So what are your thoughts about I'm sure you've seen it all over Twitter where certain aspects of LSU talking back, kind of like their their post game talk, you've seen some people getting pretty upset about it, you just see the different dynamics of how people approach it with LSU compared to like Caitlin Clark, and you see the young lady from Stanford, cussing, I think it was the referee out or even fans out as she got fouled out and walked off the court. But you kind of see how they kind of portrayed in the media amongst what LSU does. Like, what's your whole thoughts? Even though I know what it's going to be, but, for the people, you know what I mean?
Hey, man. Angel Reese, what's that, Floana Johnson, unapologetically black, man. That's what it is, bro. And the media don't like that. They want the girls to be all nice and humble and whatever, but that's not LSU. You know what I'm saying? At least they're consistent. You know what I'm saying? At least it's not one game where they want to be humble. Oh, they got a nice game. No, they are consistently talking trash, and hell, for the most part, they back it up. So, I mean, it is what it is. They are the defending champions from last year. So,
yeah.
Until you take the crown from them, hey man, talk your junk. You know what I'm saying? So
no, absolutely.
And I'm pretty for sure they understand that if they lose the next game, everybody's gonna dump on them. That's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? And as long as they take, they can take it, as much as they can dish it, it is what it is. I don't want to hear nothing from Angel Reese and none of them be like, oh, everybody's against us. No, you put the target on your back. You know what I'm saying? You talk your little junk, and I don't have no problem. I like a good team that talk trash. You know what I'm saying? As long as you're a winner, talk your junk, man. I don't care. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely, yeah.
Because at the end of the day, these girls, it's a competitive sport. Some people use this as motivation, so they talk trash. There's some people who don't talk trash. They just go out there and play the game, and they're quiet assassin. That's just part of the nature of the game. I particularly like trash talkers. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So I have no problem with these women doing what they do.
Nah, no, I agree with you. At the end of the day, I don't mind anybody talking their mess. You know what I'm saying? Just take it when it doesn't go your way. Like I don't
Right.
want to hear you crying about it. I don't want to hear you woe is me. Like you know what I mean? Like I'm all for talking your mess. I'm all for you talking your shit. You know what I mean? Back it up. But anytime you do that, the opportunity of it not going your way or you losing the game or somebody showing you up, the possibility is going to be there. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
you gotta take it and give it. You know what I mean? Certain people that I've seen in sports, you have certain people that'll dish it out, but they can never take it, and then they'll start getting emotional and stuff like that. You even see certain sports personalities, even members in the media, who be doing the same thing. They'll talk all the mess about certain players and coaches and all that, but when their foot's in the fire, you know what I mean? They want to, get in the cauliflower position. You know what I mean? It don't work like that. So I totally agree with you.
Yeah, man. So, and yeah, I think it's good for women's basketball. They're making it interesting over there. You know what I'm saying?
100%. Yeah.
And and you know what I'm saying? Angel Reese is a polarizing figure. Since
Yeah.
last year, she's been polarizing. Whether you like her or not, she's
Yeah.
polarizing. She's putting the eyes, not just Caitlin Clark. I know everybody just want to highlight Caitlin Clark, but Angel Reese is just as much a part of this. Why women's basketball, college basketball, is up there right now because
The
she's
ladies
a
from South
polarizer.
Carolina,
Yeah,
Paige
them.
Buchers,
Yeah,
Juju. Yeah, there's
Juju, all them. You know what I'm saying?
a lot
They
of
they are
personalities.
very much the reason why people are more interested in the women's side than the men's side. You know what I'm saying? Now, I will say this for the men's side. This was a good weekend for the men's side because you saw some guys emerge and it's put some light on some guys that possibly can be good NBA players next year. So it
I
did do that.
No, I totally agree. I think the only difference with the either both sides is just that the women are given the ability to have more personality. You know what I mean? I think that's the only thing that's missing with the men's side is because none of those guys have show their personality or are able to show their personality. I feel like on the women's game, I think they know for a fact they need to grow their game. They need to give it more exposure. So I think coaches are willing to let their players speak out a little bit more, show their personalities a little bit more. You know what I mean? I think, but on the men's side, you kind of see it's more of like, business casual type of style when they answer their questions, when players like, kind of show who they are. You know what I mean? I really wish that on the men's side, I wish they would be more able to show who they really are as far as like their personalities, their characters, man. Because I'm sure you got some really cool characters on the men's side. It's just they don't really get the opportunity to do it like the women do it. So I think the men's side should really look more into that, especially in the sense where we don't get the players like we used to. You know what I mean? We're not going to see the LeBron James in there no more, even though he never went in there. We're not going to see like the Jason Tatums. We're not going to see the Kyrie Irvings. We're not going to see the Joel Embiids. Those guys aren't going into the league no more. It's not. I'm sure the age limit is going to change, but get more personality to those guys on the other side, man. It would help.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, man. Let's go to some music. Lyrical warfare is upon us, people.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Now, Mr. Future in Metro Booming just released an album on Friday called Don't Trust. Now, if y'all know the Don't Trust, that's Metro Booming's tag.
Hmm.
You know, if it ain't Metro Booming, we don't trust you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't trust
So that's made famous by Mr. Future.
you. Hmm.
Now there are other songs on here that are alluding that Future is taking shots at Mr. Drake,
Hmm.
but there's another song that got mad publicity, and that's the Like That song.
Hmm.
Now, before we get into the lyrics, Mr. Metro Boomin, I just want to give you your props on this beat because you put your ankles in this beat, you put your feet in this beat, man. This beat is fire, man, from the jump. You know what I'm saying? And the samples that you used in this beat, fire. But Mr. Kendrick Lamar. Now, we all talk about who are the top guys in this era of hip hop, and it's always mentioned Drake, J. Cole, and Kendrick Lamar. Now, whatever side that you fall upon, that's yes your preference. Um, I think they all have their fan bases, and you know what I'm saying they're all going to war on Twitter right now. So, but Before we get into the lyrics, how did you feel about this verse, man?
So when it originally came out on Thursday night, I did not originally hear it. You know what I mean? So I woke up to your text, tweet, I forgot what it was, where you said
Same.
Kendrick killed it, man. You know what I mean? And I noticed that everybody on social media was kind of like just kept talking about it. You know, it's pretty hype. I listened to it, and you know, man, shout out to Kendrick, man. Well, first of all, let me say this: shout out to Metro, like you said. Metro is on a hell of a run right now, bro. You know what I mean? He's probably one of the best producers out, if not out right now. I know there's a lot of great producers out, but as far as like all the hits he's done with, 21 Savage album, I think he had his own album last year. Now with this future project, he hasn't missed in the last like couple years. You know what I mean? Honestly, so shout out to Metro, man. He's doing his thing. I know he has his own beef with Drake and all that. And then, Future has his set of beats with Drake. And then, you kind of see a little bit more where it's all coming from, with the likes of, academics, going off and certain other media personalities kind of diving deep more into the history of whatever's going on between these young 3, 4, 5 gentlemen that's going on. But anyways, with the Kendrick verse, man, I thought the verse was something that was much needed in hip hop. You know what I mean? We've talked about how music has, especially on the hip hop side, there was something that was just missing. You know what I mean? I think a lot of people have missed the combativeness amongst artists. I think people are tired of seeing the fake friendships and all that type of stuff. Like, obviously, there are some real friendships among hip hop, but for the most part, in the music industry, it's pretty cutthroat. Lyrically, I know I've seen people on Twitter pretty much saying this verse was trash. Stop the cap, stop the bullshit, man. This verse was straight to the point. Kendrick has done this many of times where he doesn't beat around the bush. You kind of know who the fuck he's talking about. You know what I mean? A lot of these artists really don't do that. Kendrick has done it time and time again. And I even tweeted this during the weekend. It's just like, Kendrick Lamar is waving that green flag, seeing if anybody's willing to take part in this race. And no one has been willing to step up to the forefront. Let's just call it what it is. Like, you know what I mean? You could do all these subs, you could do all this bullshit, but he's literally called you point blank out. What the fuck y'all gonna do? He called out J. Cole. He's called out Drake. Now, if we're gonna pick sides and all that, I think, look, I know people are gonna say Drake is gonna, come back with some heat and, put Kendrick in his place. But me personally, I don't think so. I haven't seen anything from Drake in recent memory that has shown me that he's going to do anything. I think he's kind of like comfortable where he's at right now. But at the same time, I've seen videos where I think my man is feeling a little bit of pressure on this, I think J. Cole can go bar for bar with Kendrick Lamar.
Of course.
But at the same time, these same people that are riding for J. Cole, and don't get it twisted, I'm a J. Cole fan. I've liked J. Cole since day one. A lot of you motherfuckers that are on J. Cole's dick now are the same people that said this motherfucker's music puts you to sleep. Now, all of a sudden, he with Drake, like tight with Drake now. All of a sudden, all you Drake fans who said that same shit are on J. Cole. Like, look, J. Cole can definitely go bar for bar with Kendrick. But let's not underestimate this man from Compton, bro. This motherfucker has been doing it forever. You know what I mean? You trying to tell me to me, he wants somebody to respond to this shit. He is itching for somebody to respond to this shit. He's been doing this shit since back from the Control verse to the BET ciphers. He's been doing this for a minute. And I'm not even going to get into some of the other songs, that he's been kind of like hinting at shit as well. So I think this is much needed for hip hop. I'm not going to say who's going to win, who's going to lose. I just want to see it just be, evolved. You know what I mean? I want to see what's going to happen. I'm a big fan of all three of these guys. Like, I've never been the guy that has to pick a fucking side and all that. I do have my opinions who is the best lyrically. But at the end of the day, I enjoy Drake's music. I enjoy Kendrick's music. I enjoy J. Cole's music. J. Cole's on a hell of a run right now. I'm excited for his album to come out. But I want to see the best of these three. I don't want to see no sugar cookie bullshit no more. Kendrick is ready. I know J. Cole is ready. Drake, are you ready? Can you bring what we know you can bring? I don't care about people saying about him and his ghostwriters and all that type of shit. We get it. But Drake, let's go. let's get this shit going, man. This is what hip hop really needs. I haven't seen this much excitement with hip hop music in a long time. You know what I mean? When's the last time hip hop has been trending like this? You know what I mean? Let's be real. So I'm really excited. I'm really see how this thing evolves. I'm excited to see what Drake does. I'm excited to see what J. Cole does. I'm assuming we might. I don't know when do you think it will be the earliest we get a response from Kendrick's verse?
Um, I don't know. I would say J. Cole would probably say something first. Yeah,
You think it'll
maybe
be on the
something.
album? Do you think he'll do like kind of like
Maybe,
a Lucy?
maybe, maybe something this week. Maybe something this week.
You think some this week?
Yeah,
Well,
maybe.
how long can they wait? How fast do they need to respond?
If they don't
In your
respond, if
opinion?
they don't respond by next week, then just gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, yeah,
Just gonna leave it alone.
yeah. So what's your
I don't.
thoughts? I know I've been kind of going on, but so what's your thoughts on the whole thing?
No, I think it was dope. You know what I'm saying? I mean, coming out the gate, these niggas talking out their neck. Don't pull a no coughing out your mouth. I'm way too paranoid for a threat. Like he set it off from the jump.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that was more because this verse is a response verse. This is a response to first person shooter. Let's
Mm-hmm.
just call it for what it is. He heard first person shooter and he felt some type of way about that song.
No doubt.
That he felt like, you know what I'm saying? I think he felt like, oh, you two clicking up and y'all just going, you know what I'm saying, leave me out of this. Huh?
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
we doing.
yeah.
Even though J. Cole mentioned him, you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Who's the biggest three? Is it K Dot? Is it Aubrey or me? You know, I think he felt some way when he said, I still feel like I'm Muhammad Ali. Like,
Oh, yeah, yeah. He even threw
word?
in some subs with his the title of his last album, Mr. Morale and all that.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Even when he said, when J. Cole said everybody's big steppers, now, come on now, you know, Mr. Morale and the big steppers, like
yeah,
he probably was like, oh, I'm the one who said I'm a big step. Like, hold on now. So I mean, he coming out. I mean, it's a lot of back and forth shots. It was like, you know, when he said a lot of goofies with a check, that's
yeah,
clearly to Drake. You know what I'm saying? Because that was kind of a double entendre. He's got all the money, but
yeah,
he still, you know, people still kind of look at Drake kind of corny.
yeah,
Uh, then the check, the Nike check. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? He with
yeah,
Nike. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
Hmm.
then you have of course, the niggas clicking up but not be legit. No 40 water, like you know, if you know about the click for
Hmm.
E40 be legit. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Back in the day, they had a crew called the Click, and he see J. Cole and Drake. All of a sudden, now they best friends. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah, yeah,
And then he just comes out, you know, fuck sneak this in first person shooter. I hope you come with three switches. You know what I'm saying? So off top, you knew who that was for.
yeah,
There's no guessing. There's none of this. Oh, here we go with these subs. That wasn't no sub. He's telling them. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't enough.
hmm,
You know what I'm saying? And then if that wasn't enough, then the motherfucker, the big three niggas, this is big meat. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
yeah,
Even the your best work is a light pack, nigga. Prince outlived Mike Jack. Like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? That's a shot to Drake calling himself, you know, I'm one away from Mike Jack. Beat it, beat it, beat it. You know what I'm saying? So
hmm,
Kendrick's like, I'm Prince and you Michael Jackson.
yeah,
My music is gonna outlive your music. That's
yeah,
how I
yeah,
took it. Like my status is gonna outlive because you make good pop music, but my stuff is everlasting. My stuff stands the test of time. So
hmm,
and then for all my dogs getting buried, that's okay with all these nines. You're gonna see pet cemeteries. I mean, for all my dogs, that's the name of Drake's album. So
hmm,
I mean, I just feel like Kendrick was just like it was a response. I think it was more of a response, like
yeah,
y'all over there clicked up, acting like y'all the best over there. Yeah, J. Cole, you mentioned me, but at the same time, you kind of excluded me. You
no
know what I'm
doubt.
saying? Because even when he said the me pointing at Drake is the Spider-Man meme, you know what I'm saying? Like me and him are the goats, not you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Excluding you out of that part. So
right.
I just felt like I just think it was like Kendrick was like, all right, enough is enough. All right, you two clicking up. All right,
Yeah.
enough is enough.
Nah, I feel you, and I think these fan bases are kind of showing their asses a little bit. You know what I mean? I'm seeing like I feel like the J. Cole fan base, the diehards. You know what I mean? I feel like if I have to say who's taking it the best, I would say it's probably them right now a little bit, because I think they probably feel a little bit more comfortable with their boy, kind of responding to this. Drake fans, y'all kind of showing your ass right now. All I've been seeing is my man sold so many tickets on tour. He's the number one seller. He has not. That ain't got shit to do with this, bro. I don't not give two shits about any of that, man, right now. You know what I mean?
That's what people do, man. They go to the numbers when
Yeah.
when the numbers support their narrative and their argument, they will go to the numbers.
Yeah.
And then the numbers don't matter.
Yeah.
For other stuff.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, and I agree. And it's all right. Look, man, I was gonna try to keep it cookie cutter, but let's keep it real, man. As I said, man, what has Drake shown you that he can compete with this shit right now? Like, what has Drake shown you the last couple years?
Okay, if you're saying the last couple years, yeah, Pusha T kind of put his stuff on he put him on injury reserve, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he didn't respond. He claimed he had a response, but Jay Prince told him not to do it. I think that was cap. I think he was lying. I don't think he had nothing for it, unless he was just gonna go all the way overboard. You know what I mean? Like, because Pusha went there. Like, Pusha went there. He made that man admit that he had a kid.
No, like, I agree with you. That's what I'm saying. Like, what has Drake really shown you?
So the only battle test, but I will say this: between the three, he is the most battle tested. Win or lose, he is the most battle tested.
Battle tested with what though? Like, we be talking about Megan Thee Stallion. We talking about Rihanna.
Meek.
Come on, man. Meek. Come on, man. Meek. We're talking about Meek right now compared to Kendrick and Pusha.
I'm just saying, man.
Come on, dog. What are we doing, man? What are we doing?
Because the other songs that Meek dropped,
Meek got his own issues to worry about, dog. Like, we ain't bringing up Meek, man. Come on, man. Like, I hear what you're saying. I hear it. I get a lot of people shoot at Drake. Like, I do believe in the sense that people do shoot at Drake to kind of help them with sales. I give you that shit. Do you think Kendrick Lamar needs that shit? I get he don't sell like fucking Drake, but he don't need that shit. Kendrick Lamar has his own fan base. You know what I mean? J. Cole don't need that. He has his own diehard fan base. Like, come on, man.
Won Grammys. If you want to do the numbers, he was winning Grammys.
That's what I'm saying, man. You know what I mean? And it's just like, y'all think this is the best work Kendrick's gonna do? You don't think this was like a light verse for this motherfucker? Mm-hmm. You don't think he has other shit ready for this shit? You don't think he has a plan? You don't think he laid this shit out there just to see if anybody stepped on the detonator? Like, come on, man. What are we doing? Like, I want to see Drake come out with his best shit. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see.
You gotta drop at 8 a.m. in Compton.
I don't want to see none of that. Give me some new shit. Like, you can respond quick to a Megan Thee Stallion. You can talk shit about ASAP's wife. But when it comes to a Pusha, you quiet as a church mouse. When it comes to Kendrick Lamar, you've been calling your ass out for years. You've been quiet. You've been saying little shit here and there, but you don't really get into that shit, really. You know what I mean? Like, you might say some little slick shit, but Kendrick Lamar's literally just called you out straight up. I'm not worried about J. Cole. J. Cole can handle his own shit. I'm not worried about J. Cole. I'm not even talking about J. Cole. J. Cole can handle his own shit. I would love to see that shit go back and forth. Those dudes will probably give us probably one of the most memorable battles ever. You know what I mean? But this is a three-headed monster. Drake's part of that three-headed monster. Drake is supposed to be everybody calling him the Thanos. You know what I mean? So, hey, even Thanos got his ass whooped. Let's call it real. Even if you've seen the comic books, Thanos gets his ass whooped sometimes. So, I'm just saying, man, like, let's just see. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's out. I'm excited for hip-hop in general. You know what I mean? I'm just excited to see where this goes. So, I want to hear what this shit sound like in the fucking club, though. I know this shit snap in the motherfucking club.
Somebody said that they played it in the club and it was banging in the club.
Mm-hmm. Now, what do you think?
That's the thing that was smart about Kendrick. He jumped on the song that the clubs could play too. It wasn't just like rapidy rap, hip hop, type.
No, it was kind of like that back-to-back shit that Drake did. It was a very club bopping shit. Like, you know, it's smart. Like, I think it helps a lot that it's a song that. Yeah, you is clapping back at somebody, whatever. But it's a club song where motherfuckers is just gonna get played over and over again. Like, I'm excited to hear it in the club. Hopefully, I'll hear it soon. I know I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast. He was kind of saying like Drake should just step back. You know what I mean? He should just step back. He's not even out. He's not in album mode. He's in tour mode. All this type of shit. What's your thoughts on what Joe Budden says
Man,
as
you
far
know
as him
Joe
like?
don't protect. He gonna protect Drake. As
Mhm.
much as him and Drake go back and forth, that's still his favorite. That's
I
still
feel
his
you.
favorite. And
So do
he go gaga over Drake.
he
Even
do
when Drake don't drop good
he
stuff,
do
he still be like, "Oh, Drake!" And it's like, come on, man.
he do. Their kind of consensus on that show was that they think J. Cole is gonna be kind of the one that kind of like outshines everybody. At least for me, when I was listening to the podcast.
I heard the clips, and I was like,
What
I
who
got
do you think? Do you if you want to do this, we can do it. Like, who do you think wins out of these three if this
I'm
continues?
look. I love J. Cole. I think J. Cole is nice, and he's been killing it. When
Hmm.
we come to when I say trading bars, and going to that vindictive side, I'm going with Kendrick, man. Kendrick he goes to another level, and if we getting uh Mad City, Good Kid, Mad City, Section 80,
Yeah,
Kendrick, you don't want to mess with that dude.
yeah.
You better hope it's Pimp the Butterfly guy.
Pimp the Butterfly was pretty nice, but
That's I love that project. A lot
look,
of people didn't like that. I love that project, but I'm just saying, as far as just rap, just going at it, like,
look, look, we know Kendrick Lamar's made a lot of Black Pride songs. You know what I mean? I fuck with a lot of albums. Like, yeah, they're not like shit you're gonna listen to every day, but they're really legitimate great songs. But
mm-hmm.
as I said, J. Cole lyrically, he's nice. He is nice. But at the
Yes.
same time, this is the same person that a lot of people said his music puts them to sleep. Not
Which
lately,
I never
which I
understood.
didn't agree with, but this is kind of like I don't know how big of a consensus this was. Obviously, he has a big enough fan base where it wasn't that huge, but as I'm saying though, but I'm gonna give it to Kendrick, man. I'm gonna give it to Kendrick. I just think the way he raps, the more energetic style that he had, he's probably the most animated, more energetic one out of the two. Let's keep it a bean. You know what I mean? So I just think his style, obviously his wordplay is fucking nuts. You know what I mean? It's some of the best that we've heard in a long time. You know what I mean? As far as like wordplay, I'm not a big M fan, but I know his wordplay is disgusting. You know what I mean? So I think it's up there into that sense.
Yeah, it
Um,
is.
it's just that I think Kendrick Lamar's style is more appeasing to me than Eminem's is.
I
Just with
hear
the
you.
style of music that he makes, but I get why people love Eminem. Eminem is a hell of a rapper. He was a hell of a battle rapper. I totally get it. I think Kendrick Lamar is on that kind of style, and a lot of people feared Eminem. No matter how you felt about his music, a lot of people feared Eminem. So I'm just gonna say that. But hopefully, all three of these we get the best of all three of these guys. I hope we get the best three of all these guys. I hope we get great songs out of this. I hope we get great battles out of this. And I don't want no harm coming from any camps. We don't need that shit. This is just a healthy battle.
Keep it
I
on
don't see that
wax.
from happening. I don't see that happening, but we know these young niggas, not saying these guys want that. Obviously, these three are very mature gentlemen, you know what I mean, to a degree. But at the end of the day, there are people in camps that are younger who might do some dumb shit. Hopefully this keeps peaceful. Hopefully it's just musical shit. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited for real.
Yeah, for sure, man. All right, man. Let's go to the NFL. But Jerry Sneed
Yeah,
gets
your boy.
traded to the Tennessee Titans for a 2025 third round pick and the 2024 seventh round pick. Now, when this trade went down, was it Friday night? Was it Friday night? Yeah, Friday night or Thursday night. One of the two. Whenever it went down, Chiefs Kingdom was very divided on this trade. You had your in Beach We Trust guys, and then you had the what the fuck are they doing over there, guys? People wanted to keep Legarius because they didn't like the compensation. But being a Chiefs fan, I pay attention to all the tea leaves. I pay attention to all the people who are close to the situation. And when they start putting certain stuff out there, start saying certain stuff, nothing surprises me about this trade and what the compensation was. Yes, at first they was talking about a second round pick. But shout out to the homie Nate Taylor over at the Athletic. You know what I'm saying? He's real close to the Chiefs. He reports on the Chiefs. He had been saying second round pick was not even close. Get that out your mind. Then he said it was a third round pick. You know what I'm saying? He said third at best. You know what I'm saying? And we, of course, we're thinking this year, third round. And the Colts were close. The Colts had a third and a fifth round pick ready to send to the Kansas City Chiefs, but L'Jarius Sneed wanted to be the highest paid, and the Colts were not willing to do that. They
Mm-hmm.
had just paid your man. It was the wide receiver, uh,
Michael Pittman.
Michael Pittman Jr. They just paid him. They paid Kenny Moore. Like they weren't going to pay L'Jarius Sneed. I get it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So then you heard the Tennessee Titans was in the mix, and it was just a holdup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you get the reports that Adam Scheffner saying that there was never talks between them, but other people close to the situation were like they talked. It was conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Um, but look, with his knee, with how fast the Kansas City Chiefs came out and put him on the market, they really didn't have no leverage.
Mm-hmm.
Had they played stuff close to the vest and said, "Hey, we're putting the franchise tag on the Jerry Sneed. We're gonna try to work out a deal with him, even with the Chris Jones situation. We're gonna still try to work something out with him." And
Mm-hmm.
then, you know what I'm saying, in the course of it, oh, we couldn't come to a number, so we're allowing him to go get it. Same thing they did to Tyreek Hill. The same thing. Tyreek Hill, he was about to sign for 25 mil a year. But Drew Rosenhaus just got Devontae Adams his deal, and he was like, "I can get you more." And then Tyreek Hill was like, "I want to be the highest paid." Chiefs was like, "Well, you can go out there and go look for somebody and give you that."
Yeah. Yeah.
And they did that. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And he ended up going to It was between the Jets and Miami Dolphins. He ended up going to the Dolphins, as we all know. They did the same thing with the Jerry Sneed. The one thing about the Chiefs, you can say what you want. Oh, they don't pay certain players, but they won't send you to no messed up situation. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? They'll send you to a situation where, you know what I'm saying, you know, there's possible they can win. You know what I'm saying? Now we don't know about Tennessee because of their quarterback situation with Will Levis, but they are trying to build something over there. They just signed Calvin Ridley. They still got D Hop over there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they signed, like I said, they signed some guys on the defensive
Tony
side. So
Pollard. Yeah.
yeah, so they try. You can see clearly they're trying to be competitive at the very most.
Yeah.
So they sent him to somebody that gave the Jared Sneed his deal. I think he 4 years, like 72 million or something like that,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
56, 50 something million guaranteed or something like that. So um yes, it sucks, you know what I'm saying, the compensation, but I'm not tripping. You know what I'm saying? We got Trent McDuffie, you know what I'm saying? He was an all pro, you know what I'm saying, last year. Now he's gonna have to play on the outside, but he was one of the more highly talented corners coming out of the draft, you know what I'm saying? So they're making good on that, making him the main guy. And when we drafted Trent McDuffie, I was always in the mindset of they're planning for the future with Algerius Sneed. So we got, like I said, Trent McDuffie. I do like Joshua Williams. I do like Jalen Watson. There was a guy last year named Najee Johnson. He was looking like he was going to emerge to be one of the starters last year in the slot, but he ended up tearing his ACL. He's coming back. We'll see how he
Mm-hmm.
looks after the injury. I'm pretty for sure they're going to spend a day two, maybe even a day three, but I expect a day two pick on corner. Maybe even sign a veteran guy, maybe an Xavier Howard, maybe even a Stephon Gilmore to a cheap, late incentive based deal, whatever. I could see them bringing in another veteran or whatever, but I think we'll be cool. We got Chris Jones. Defensive line is pretty much intact. I think we signed Mike Dana back. And I think our defensive line will be back intact. And as long as we got a good pass rush, I think our corners will be fine. So
So let me ask you this. It seems like the last, couple big cornerbacks that y'all have had, y'all have gotten rid of. Well, what's your confidence level on them keeping Trent McDuffie when it's his time to get paid?
I think it's a little bit higher because of where he was picked. If
Mm-hmm.
he, you know what I'm saying, you got to understand the Travaris Ward was an undrafted free agent that we traded for. So
Mm-hmm.
we traded like pennies for him, and we built him up to be where he's at. Now he's an all pro for the San Francisco 49ers,
Mm-hmm.
but I knew we was never going to pay him for, as much as, what I'm saying, Travaris Ward is good. He wasn't L'Jarius. I thought L'Jarius Sneed was better than Travaris Ward, especially in
Mm-hmm.
man-to-man coverage. You know what I'm saying? There was times where Travaris Ward, yeah, he'd be right there, next to the receiver, but he was getting smoked. Like they was catching everything over him. So
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
knew they was gonna let him go. I think they do keep Trent, and then they got the 50-year option for Trent McDuffie. That's the one thing that they got working for him. He's
Yeah.
younger. I think by the time his deal up, which probably like next year, I
Hmm.
think by the time we need to pay him, he's gonna be younger than any of the corners that we had at the time. And I think they end up paying Trent. I do think they pay Trent.
Okay. Okay. So, do you think this has like much of a blow for you guys, like on the back end? Like obviously you guys
Um,
don't have the tandem no more with him and McDuffie, so a lot more pressure is going to be on McDuffie. Obviously, you said
yeah.
there's probably a higher probability that you guys draft a cornerback,
Mhm.
depending on what round you guys, maybe
Right,
second,
right,
third round or something like that, depending on what you guys like at that particular time.
right. Right.
Um, but for the meantime, do you guys think how much of an impact do you think this loss has on your defense?
I think for I think some things are gonna have to change. I mean, we'll see. We'll see because if they feel like Trent can cover the number one guy, we'll see. Now,
Hmm.
the thing about the difference between Trent and Legarius, Legarius is a bigger corner. He's a little bit more physical at the line of scrimmage, so he can handle a little bit more with some of the receivers. You know what I'm saying? He could press them and push them and get a little bit more physical. That's not really Trent's game. He can do that, but that's not really Trent's game. I think Trent is a little bit more cerebral with his stuff. He's got a little
Yeah,
bit more speed than Legarius needs, so his recover speed is better. So even if you beat him, he could catch up with you. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
yeah.
I think his game is a little different. I think we'll play a little bit more zone with Trent. You know what I'm saying? Trent, Joshua Williams, and Jalen Watson, whoever else we put up in there. I think we'll go a little bit more zone. We'll see though. If they have the confidence in Trent to follow the number one wide receiver, they're gonna put him out there. Now, if it don't go well, then they'll switch some stuff up. But you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? There are gonna be some few things because, like I said, he's a smaller corner than Legarius Sneed. He's like 5'11. You know what I'm
Mhm,
saying? Like 190. You know what I'm saying? So
mhm.
he's a good tackler for a corner. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's the one thing that's good about our corners is we have physical corners that like to come up and tackle. But I think Trent is going to be fine. It's more so the 2, 3, those guys. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah,
Will Jalen Watson step up? Najee Johnson or Joshua Williams? One of those three step up, or maybe the rookie. You know what I'm saying? Will step up and do something in camp to look good. Or we got another guy that we drafted last year named Nick Jones, who he got hurt. So that's why he fell in the draft, but he's a ball hawk, so he can take the ball away. So we'll see if he can do something. You never know. So um, I think we'll be fine though, long as we get a good pass rush and help those corners out. I think we'll be fine.
yeah. Like, as far as like, I'll say my initial thoughts with the trade is I'm not surprised you guys did trade. It was just too much noise around that situation with
Hmm.
L'Jarius Sneed. I was a little shocked at the trade value. Obviously, you have more of a better insight as far as like where that was going to be. I thought you guys could have got a little bit better, but with your explanation, it makes sense on why it went that way.
Hmm.
I think it does help the Tennessee Titans. I still think they're going to be the worst um, player in that division. You know what I mean? As far as like team wise, like it's just I don't it. The quarterback position, I'm still not a Will Levis fan. He did show a little bit of promise, but he has talent there. You know what I mean? Like Tony Pollard is not a every down running back, but he is an explosive running back. You got D Hop and Calvin Ridley. Despite of all the talk we had with Calvin Ridley, to me it seems like a bad season. He still had over 1,000 yards. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So if that's a bad year, I think a lot of teams would take that, especially
Of
with the
course.
inconsistencies with the quarterback play from Trevor Lawrence as well.
Mm.
A lot of injuries with Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he was kind of in and out of the games a lot this year. So, but if Will Levis can obviously make a leap from what he was last year, I think it's some promise. But I just think with that division, you know what I mean, with Joe Burrow
This
coming back, well, not Joe Burrow, but I mean like Houston getting better. You know what I mean? Jacksonville, I think they're not going to be as bad as they were. You know what I mean? It's just, it's just going to be a little bit harder. But I do like the pieces that are there, though. I do
team.
like the pieces that are there. I think the Titans are building something. I could see them being relevant in a couple years. But as I said, it all depends on Will Levis. But we'll see. You know what I mean? I think we got the draft here in less than 4 weeks, I
Hmm.
think. So
April 25th.
yeah, so I'm excited. I'm excited for that. So I'm excited to see what you guys do, even though I hate you guys with the deepest of my core. So hopefully you guys pick. Obviously you guys have been picking pretty well with cornerbacks. So I'm sure I'm pretty much assuming that you guys have pretty much confidence in the draft. If you guys pick somebody, you guys will assume that they're going to come out pretty well. But here's the thing, though. Like, to get off this topic, though. So I did just see something right now. I just want to get your opinion on it. This is not something that we have on our show listing. So they did just post something where Tom Pelissero says that there's belief amongst executives that the Commanders, Adam Peters, is going to draft JJ McCarthy at the number 2 overall pick. So they're saying that the beliefs of that are getting higher and higher and higher. Look, it's Tom Pelissero. I believe Tom Pelissero.
I believe Tom too.
You know what I mean? I'm not, and I get it. We're still in kind of like the stages of like, smoke screen shit and all that. But like, come on, man. What are your thoughts? I just literally just seen this. I think they just posted this like maybe like a couple minutes ago. So what are your thoughts? You know what I mean? At Tom Pelissero kind of announcing this.
John Hall, Jim, good job, man. You did it, man. You did it, man. You did it. You made.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. I hope this shit come to fruition. Because if not, we trade. The Raiders are gonna try to trade up to 3, bro. Try to get Jaden, bro. I hope that happens.
Y'all about to give up a haul because New England, like, man, I'll take Jaden Daniels twice on Sunday.
All right, let me ask you: if you're the Patriots, would you rather take the haul or take the player? Because the haul is going to be nice. The haul is going to be nice. Or would you take the player? If it's the Raiders, it's going to be a good haul. It has to be a good haul for dropping down that much. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. It depends on where New England wants to do. Do they want to solidify their franchise quarterback for the next how many years? I mean, it's not guaranteed that Jaden Daniels is going to be great, but everybody knows that Jaden Daniels is a very talented kid, and I think he's the second best quarterback in this draft. I wouldn't be mad either way. I would understand it. You're New England. You're not really going to compete in this division. Maybe you drop down to where you guys are at. Maybe you get Michael Penix Jr. and let him sit behind Jacoby Brissett. You know what I'm saying? For a year. And then just slide him in for next year. Bo Nix, yeah. But if Washington takes JJ McCarthy, let me tell you something, Washington. Right now, it's gonna be bad for y'all. Y'all might as well kept Sam Howell.
That's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Look. I understand I understand kind of like the hypeness of JJ McCarthy in the sense of hold on. In the sense of just kind of like his physical traits, the way he throws the ball. I saw his pro day. Some of the throws he did, like, they looked really good. But I seen him play. Like those college football playoff games told me a lot about JJ McCarthy. It told me that he is not a first-round quarterback. He's not a first-round quarterback. He did not do anything in any of those games that showed me that he was ready to be in the NFL game at all. Like, that running game helped him out a lot. That defense helped him out a lot. That O-line helped him out a lot. And he still made dumb throws. Like, I think the one in Alabama, I think it was the first throw he did in the game. It was a very idiotic throw. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and I get it. Every quarterback makes idiotic throws, but he did not look good at all in the whole college football play.
I didn't see first-round pick.
I did not see first-round pick. I saw maybe a third-rounder, like, he sits a year, or I even saw maybe him coming back a year and trying to, like, just be better. Because obviously the draft next year, there are quarterbacks coming out next year. I don't think it'll be as top heavy as it is this year. Like, obviously you got Shedeur Sanders. Obviously there'll be other players that will come up and contend for the top spot, just because the quarterback is always going to be trending to be the number 1 pick, because everybody needs a goddamn quarterback. So Yeah, yeah. If the Commanders do this, oh my god, you're setting us up to get the. They just giving us the alley oop to Jaden Daniels. I think if this happens, I think Jaden Daniels is a Raider. I really believe that. I think Antonio Pierce will go hell on earth to get Jaden Daniels if he drops a three. Because three is our best shot. If we're gonna trade up, three has always been the best shot to move up. You've heard a lot of things about the Patriots willing to listen to trade offers. I even saw something about the Commanders were willing to listen to trade offers. Even though I don't believe that, there are reports of the Commanders willing to listen to trade offers. So, yeah, if this happens, I'm getting me a Jaden Daniels jersey next year, and I'm hyped. I'm hyped. Bring on this season. We're ready for the Chiefs. We're going in. We're going in. I'm telling you all that. Just give me Jaden Daniels, please. Go ahead, set that up.
I think it's a smoke screen.
All right, let me ask you: if they do this shit, how is this the most like? How high would this be on the dumb list for NFL draft day picks? To you,
It's up there. I'm almost at a 10.
would this be worse than Tim Tebow? The Tim Tebow pick.
Because at least JJ can throw the football down the field.
No, I'm just talking about in the sense of picking him this high. Picking him this high.
That's what I'm saying.
Like you got to add into that. It's picking him this high.
At least JJ can throw the football down the field. Like we always looked at Tim Tebow like, yeah, you're a great college quarterback, but bro, you can't. Your throwing motion is horrible.
Yeah, I feel it. Now, if you
like, I never looked at Tim Tebow and was like, yeah, that dude's gonna be something in the NFL. Yeah, if he changes his position.
No, it's crazy. Yo, if they do this, that's crazy. You should have just kept Sam Howell, dog. I totally agree. Should have just kept Sam Howell. Developed him. He actually had promise too. I don't even understand why they got rid of him so fast. Like he had really good games, and then he kind of hit a wall. And he just, you know what I mean? But
look, he was playing with the worst defense in the league.
He was. You know,
the Commanders was the 32nd best defense in the league.
Because where's Sam Howell at? He went to Seattle, right?
Yeah, he's sitting behind Geno.
I could definitely see Sam Howell being the franchise quarterback for the Seahawks in the future. This is definitely going to be Geno's last year there.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But yeah, I thought I would share that news. I just saw it and that was interesting.
All right, man. Let's do our Bet USA picks of the week. I'm going to let you go first.
All right. So for today, I really like the 76ers +9 versus the Kings. I really like that one. I also like the Pacers money line versus the Clippers. Clippers have been playing awful ball. The Pacers, they can score with the best. They scored 145 points against the Lakers yesterday. So that's a lot. And then, so my surprise, I'm going to take the West Virginia Lady Mountaineers +14 versus Iowa. I think Iowa's still going to win. But I think it's going to be a little bit closer than people think. I think they'll lose by like 8 to 9 points. I don't see the 14 though. So those are my 3 picks.
Yeah, I like the over in the Rockets and the Blazers. That's 223.5.
Mm-hmm.
Take that. I like the Celtics -10.5 over the Hawks. There's no Trae Young playing today. So give me Boston Celtics. I like the Vegas Golden Knights.
Okay.
Tonight. They are playing. Hold on. They're playing the St. Louis Blues. So give me the Golden Knights. And then there was one more. Oh, take UNLV. Where is it at? UNLV money line over Seton Hall.
I like those.
Oh yeah.
Shout out to Bet Us.
Yeah, go to our Twitter page, our YouTube page. Click on the link. You get 125% signing bonus when you come in. 125% signing bonus towards your first deposit, and you get 10% gambling insurance. So go ahead and do that. Shout out to Bet USA.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go to boxing, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, I saw this on Twitter. I don't know how real this is,
Mm-hmm.
but there was a rumored card out there. Hold on, let's see if I can pull this up real quick. Here we go. So, of course, you got Devontae Davis versus Frank Martin. Now,
Mm-hmm.
it's already been solidified that David Benavidez is fighting, what's his name? Oveskin
Mm-hmm.
Goivich. He's moving up to 175. But the fight that gets me intrigued is David Morrell versus Dimitri Andrade. Now, Andrade just fought David Benavidez. He lost, was in second round, knockout.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, Before the knockdown, he was kind of holding his own. He just, what's his name, just too big, man. But I think this fight, David Morrell and Andrade, is a good fight. Um, it's a good measuring stick for David Morrell, and it's a good bounce back fight for Demetrius Andrade. And then, of course, you had Edwin De Los Santos, who just fought Shakur Stevenson in a a fight that wasn't really highly touted.
Yeah.
He's going against Jose Valendez of Venezuela, so that'll be a good bounce back for Edwin De Los Santos. But how do you feel about this card?
Yo, this is if this card is real, which I think obviously we do know that the Tank and David Benavidez part is real.
Mm-hmm.
Even David Benavidez's father even came out and said this is the original plan, which I think that alone makes it a really good card. I think boxing needs to start doing this. Look, I know some certain people don't like the UFC method. I get it as far as pay. I get it. But everything else that the UFC does works. It really does. Dana White knows what the hell he's doing. Minus pain. The pain aspect, I get it. I totally understand that. But everything else, as far as making pay-per-views, they're amazing at that. You know what I mean? I think boxing needs to get out of this having one headliner, then a whole bunch of nobodies on the card. Like, I think if people can push their pride aside, kind of like what David Benavidez is doing, like David Benavidez should, in hindsight, be a pay-per-view headline fighter. But
Mm-hmm.
it's okay to be the co-main event. Tank Davis, Frank Martin, that's the bigger fight. That should be the main event. But you can also have the co-main event. David Benavidez right underneath that. The Andrade Morale fight. Oh my God. Please, if this happens, I'm gonna say this. If this happens, oh my God. Please make this. I will pay for this shit. You would pay for it. Like, I get it. Certain people don't like to pay for pay-per-views as it is. But this will entice you to actually be willing to pay for it, because you're not just getting one great fight. You're potentially getting 3 to 4 great fights. You know what I mean? And this is what boxing needs. This is what boxing needs to start getting used to. They need to get out of the old mode of just having one big fight and a whole bunch of no names. You might get an okay fight for the co-main event, like right beneath the main event fight. But these are all 3 great fights that should be main events that I would love for boxing to continuously do, because there's a lot of big names out there where we can do these fights. You know what I mean? So, I pray to God this really is in the works, man. And if this happens, man, it's great for boxing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. It's definitely great for boxing. This would be a very dope card. Um, Especially with this card coming up this Saturday. You got
Yeah.
Rolly and Isaac Cruz, Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney this Saturday.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, this card would definitely be dope. Also got news of, they're already working out the deal with Terrence Crawford and Tim Zoo. If Tim Zoo
Yeah, I saw that. Mm-hmm.
defeats Fedora, which I expect him to do, but Fedora's not no punk now. It's not gonna be an easy win, but I think Tim Zoo is just gonna be a little bit too much.
That height size is crazy, though.
Yeah, he's tall.
that height
He's tall.
size,
No,
that
he's
height
tall.
size is crazy, dog.
He's
I
a
like.
tall dude.
I'm gonna watch that fight just based on the size of it. I think Tim Tszyu should still win the fight.
Mhm.
When they talking about doing the Crawford fight, like July, August or something.
Something like that.
Okay. Well, I'm at least excited to see Crawford actually getting back in the headlines as far as like fights and stuff like that. So I've seen a couple of photos of Terrence Crawford in the gym. He looking really good, man. He's looking really good. Seems like he's getting comfortable in that weight, being in a heavier weight. So
And Ray
it might be more of
Jackson.
his natural weight, honestly.
And Ray Jackson, just cut it
I
out.
know I saw that. He said Tim Tszyu gonna win the fight. Nah, bro, chill.
KO. knock
Worry
out.
about your boy trying to get back in. You know, I'm glad to see that Errol Spence is starting to respond on his Twitter a little bit more. It seems like he's
Mhm.
getting back in. You know, he's kind of like more responding into the fact of like him looking for his next opponent. Kind of starting to see hints of that a little bit more. So, you know, I'm curious to see Errol Spence's next move.
Earl, take a tune up and then go fight Boots, man.
I think that's the move right there. Fight Boots, win that, and then think about moving up. You know what I mean? I think he will move up. I think he will move up.
Mhm.
I think getting to that way, it's hard for those fighters. I think it's hard for Terrence Crawford and all that. You know, fight at your more natural weight. I don't know why fighters don't do that a little bit more. Honestly.
Yeah, I agree. I agree, sir. All right, man. Let's talk a little basketball. Is Shea Gildress Alexander not a star? Nah, I'm gonna let you lay this one up.
So this I don't know what podcast this is on, but pretty much Paul Pierce and I think it was the Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett one where they're pretty much going back and forth where he was pretty much saying that Shea Gilgeous Alexander is not a superstar, that he's still in the oven, still cooking. He's not saying that he wouldn't be a superstar, he's just saying he's not a superstar yet. And then Kevin Garnett was highly disagreeing upon that. I'm aside on this particular thing. I'm siding with KG, man. I think Shea Gilgeous is a superstar. I get it. He's not on like a profound team like the Oklahoma City Thunder, but he's well known in Canada. He's probably one of their biggest basketball athletes out there in Canada. He's in commercials. He's well known for his fashion. His game is smooth. He's one of the best young players out there, if not the best, next to Anthony Edwards. He's gotten voted into All-Star weekend, so it's not like people don't recognize him and how great he is. He gets the votes as well. So I don't not obviously I think he could be a bigger superstar. Like if he was on the Lakers, my God, he would be
Yeah,
he would be on Kobe. I wouldn't say he'd be Kobe, but he'll be up there as far as like with the names of like a LeBron James, a Kyrie Irving, a Luka Doncic. Like he will be up there, you know what I mean? I think he will get more accolades. So yeah, does it affect him that he's not that he is in Oklahoma City Thunder? Yes, but so was Kevin Durant, so was Russell Westbrook, so was James Harden, and they all got recognized. So Shea Gilgeous Alexander is a superstar. He's a superstar player already, and he's a superstar name in his own.
yeah, I think he's a superstar, man. Like you said, he's just in a smaller market in Oklahoma, so he doesn't get the big pub that he deserves. But I still think he's a superstar, and he's one of the more known names in basketball. So, and
Mm-hmm.
he's just continuously getting better and better every year. So,
Yeah,
I think the dude is a star, and he has that international thing going on for him,
he
especially
does.
being from
Yeah.
Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, he's globally known. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, I
He
think
hangs
he's
out
just
with
in a
Drake. Yeah, he hangs
yeah,
around with
yeah,
Drake.
yeah. So yeah, I think he's a star. I definitely think he's a star. So, all right, man. Something we don't never really do. Let's talk a little baseball.
Yeah, let's do it.
Now, Shohan Otani has a little scandal going on here. Uh, Now, it was said that his interpreter, his Japanese interpreter, which is he's like a close friend of his, was fired after he supposedly stole millions of dollars placing bets with a bookie, and he got fired for taking I think it was like $4.5 million or whatever. And at first everybody was like, "Yo, that's messed up," but then they got to thinking like, "How did he get this money?"
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have access to Shohana Tani's account. He's not the
Mm-hmm.
accountant, he's just the interpreter. So now they digging deeper and now they starting to think that this is some debt that Shohana Otani had and some bets that he was making.
Mm-hmm.
So he's supposed to speak today about the situation. I don't know if he already spoke, but he's supposed to speak today, answer questions about it.
Mm-hmm.
So what are your thoughts on this situation?
I'm gonna say this. I know I'm seeing like certain outrage on this. A lot of people, throwing out their own conspiracies and saying that if Otani did it, then obviously that he should be suspended. I get that gambling is illegal in California, LA. But at the same time, he's playing in a sport where they sleep in bed with DraftKings, they sleep in bed with BetMGM, they align themselves with Caesars. ESPN has their own betting. Hell, they have betting shows. You know what I mean? So the hypocrisy is there. At the end of the day, if as long as he didn't bet on baseball games and dictate baseball scores and all that, I really don't see a big issue with this, honestly. If my man wants to bet on fucking basketball games or football games or golf, WrestleMania, the slap boxing contest, I don't care. You know what I mean? It's his money. He can do whatever the hell he wants to do with it. I don't really see the big deal of it. You know, you have a lot of these sports companies and sports leagues, you know, they're in bed with a lot of these betting agencies already. So you have commercials with them, you have alliances with them, you have your own superstars in these commercials. Like, what are we doing? So, as I said, as long as it's nothing to the point where he was out here, you know, dictating the scores of games or, you know, betting on his own sport, I totally get that. That's wrong. He should be suspended or whatever should happen to him. But if not, if it's other sports and all that, I don't care. Let him spend whatever he wants. Like he's worth over close to $1 billion. If he wants to, you know, we get it that it's kind of highly unlikely that his friend had access to his accounts and was able to get over $4 million off into bets. But we all know that's not true. So we all know Ohtani probably did bet. He's using them as a scapegoat. And I get it. Like, you know, if the way he's doing it, as far as like making it seem like, you know, he stole it and all that, it seems kind of weak, but it seems like also that his boy is willing to fall on the bullet for him. Like if he has to do a little bit of time, I get it. You know, Ohtani is the golden boy for baseball. Like he's the money maker. He's gonna bring it in. You know, if he has to do a little time, so what? Ohtani's gonna be by his side at the end of the day. You know what I mean? There's video of him chatting up, being cool with him as the story's getting broken that, you know what I mean, he lost all this money off of his bets and that his friends stole the money. So you can see right there that, you know, he doesn't really hate him. So, you know, it just is what it is at this point. But I don't think it should be that big of a deal as long as he didn't bet on baseball.
Yeah, definitely. If he didn't bet on baseball, it shouldn't be a big deal. But if he did,
Yeah.
do you think, you know, he's gonna
Yeah.
have to pay the piper? You know what I'm
He's
saying?
probably gonna get the Pete Rose deal. No, I wouldn't say the Pete Rose deal. Nah, maybe. It depends. It depends on how bad it is. Like if it's bad enough, like if he bet on baseball, Pete Rose got banned. So, you know what I mean? I think then he wasn't able to come back at all, right?
No.
So
they get rid of him. They look at
they have a trend at that. No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was just saying that they look at Pete Rose worse than they look at the steroids people.
No, they do. They do. And I get it. It's you don't want to tempt fate with that as far as like, you know, losing the essence of what baseball is, you know, kind of like the trust factor amongst fans. And, you know, you already see it like on the internet where people believe that, you know, refs are fixing games and all that. You had the Donahue situation where he came out talking about that, you know what I mean? So there are little trails, but you know, with this gambling thing, man, it's I'm gonna be honest with you, it's just kind of gonna be inevitable at some point. Some story's gonna break where they've been fixing games for a long time. It just is what it is. It just comes with the better sports. At the end of the day, you know, the government found a way to fucking monopolize gambling, just like the way they found to monopolize weed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yeah, they benefit off of it, but they know there's gonna be some bullshit that comes along with situations like that. It just is what it is. Just gotta live with it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Let's talk a little basketball. Caden Proctor NIL swindle. Now I'm gonna let you lay this story up for us.
So this is actually a college football player. He's like a tackle. He was from Iowa. So I'm gonna give you the timeline. So in June of 2022, he originally committed to Iowa. That's his home state to, you know, play for the Iowa Hawkeyes, but then he decommitted in December of 2022, 2 days before signing day. He flipped to Alabama to decide to play for Nick Saban. You know, he started at left tackle for Bama in the 2023 season. January 2024, he enters the portal, decides to transfer to Iowa. Around the same time, Iowa fundraised over 100K for his NIL money, was given that money. In March 2024, Proctor decommits from Iowa after getting that money again and returns to Bama. So he's going to go back to Bama later this season. So they got swindled twice. This time they got swindled out of 100K, and I get it. Nick Saban isn't there. Some people say that, that might have been his decision to initially decommit from Alabama and transfer over to Iowa. But, he did take the money and run. So just want to kind of get your thoughts on the whole situation, kind of the effects of this. You think this could affect his career, especially going into the NFL? It seems like a prominent player. And if there's anything they can do as far as like, kind of getting control of this, as far as like swindling the money.
My man's a scammer.
Yeah.
Accepting deals and nah, I don't want to go to school now. I'm good.
I'm not mad at it, low key, but
hey man, get your money. They want to give you the bag.
These colleges has been swindling players for years.
Exactly.
Facts.
Taking away scholarships.
But now, do you think this is a bad look for him? You know what I mean? Like, because obviously it brings a question into his character. It will be.
No, it's a bad look. He gotta stop doing this, man. Like, look, bro, I get it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get your money or whatever, but you can't be scamming colleges, man. You're gonna mess up your career, and there ain't nobody gonna want to sign you. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, for real.
You're gonna be playing in the UFL. No disrespect to UFL, which is starting this weekend, but still. You don't want to mess yourself up, man. Then you be uphill battle. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be an undrafted or what's that? What's that draft that they have later in the season? Like the I forgot what it's called.
I don't know.
It's
what
like
you're
trouble
about.
players. With trouble players, they got to go into this certain draft.
Yeah, don't it start with like a C or something? Something like that. I don't know. I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called though.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, they you don't want to be in that draft. So
nah.
Yeah, man, just pick a school, man.
Yeah, my thing is like on a serious tip, like Caden needs to watch out. You know what I mean? Especially like it seems like he's gonna have a really good chance to make it into the NFL. And the NFL, they're gonna literally like peel every single layer off of who you are as a person, what has happened in your life, your career, all that. So this is just gonna, put another hurdle for him. You know what I mean? Teams are going to question that, like what's your real intentions, your with the team, you know what I mean, like stuff like that. But my thing is Iowa, how you get bamboozled twice? My man done left you at the altar twice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what are we doing? Like, let him go. Y'all need to stop trying to get Caden Proctor to be on your team. Obviously he does not want to play there. He does not. Okay. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm sure you have nice facilities. I'm sure you have a great stadium. I love what you do with having the children's hospital right across so they can watch the game and you guys do all. I love all that. That's amazing. It's beautiful to see. We've seen it over and over on College Game Day. God bless those kids who are going through what they do in that hospital, and prayers up. Hope they heal up fast. But my God, like stop getting okie doke so bad with Caden Proctor. Y'all asking to get swindled. So I feel a little bit bad, but at the same time, not, because y'all done got duped twice.
Yeah. All bad for you guys.
Yeah.
All right, man. Let's go to the NFL. NFLs have approved some new rules out there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's about 3 rules. One of them is the hip tackle rule, where hip drop tackle, you can't do that anymore, or it's a penalty. You got the new kickoff rule where players can't move off the line until the ball hits the ground or the player catches.
So they did approve that. Okay.
Yes, they approved that. And then they have the new challenge rule where you can get 3 challenges now. If you hit one of the challenges, if you get one of them, you get a third one. Mm-hmm. So, what are your thoughts on these new rules or approvals?
I'm gonna start off with the challenge rule. I kind of understand it. You know what I mean? The whole thing with challenges, I wish they can speed up the process with challenges, because it kind of kills the flow of the game. You already have enough start and stoppage with football as it is. We don't need to continuously with that. I actually really like the new kickoff rule. I think it gives more chances for kickoff returns to happen. You know what I mean? I think they need to bring that excitement back because obviously we just know at this point if they were going to keep the original rules, just have the team start at the fucking 20. You know what I mean? That's all you need to do. But I think with this, I think it gives more chances for teams to run the kickback. Obviously the players can't move, so it really gives you a really good chance to get to the 30 anyway, so there's no point. Obviously I think you can still kneel it down anywhere before the 20 or something. Was it the 20 or something like that, where you can get to the 25 or something like that?
You bring it out to the 30 now.
30 now. Okay, yeah. So but I think that's really great. The hip drop tackle, I'm not approving of this at all. Like, I think this is dumb. I think this is just more trending into defenses not being able to stop teams. I know they had the initial. I saw some reports of the NFL was kind of like worried about the dip in points for this year, which is fucking ridiculous at this point. Like they have to realize that a lot of the star quarterbacks around the league were fucking hurt, minus a couple of them, Mahomes, Allen, but Herbert was hurt most of all of last year. Aaron Rodgers was hurt most of last year, and so on and so on.
And
so
any defenses caught up to some of these offensive schemes
absolutely,
this year too.
absolutely.
So
I get it. Like obviously, we've seen some injuries with the hip drop tackle, but there's going to be injuries regardless. This is a dangerous sport. Like, you cannot take away the danger out of this sport. The only way you can do that is turn it into touch football, turn it into flag football. That's the only way you're going to get this to happen. So now, as a defender, you can't do anything. You can't use your weight to get a player down. You can't go low. You can't go high. So if I go straightly in the middle, that's the only way I could bring somebody down, and you got to hope they go down. Like, so if they don't go down, so if me as a player, if I'm a cornerback that's 5'11", 6 foot, weighs 185 pounds, and I got fucking like Pat Fairmouth right here in front of me, who's fucking 6'3", 250. Like, how else am I supposed to get him down without using my weight? Like, what are we talking about? You know what I mean? So you're just gonna get dragged around like you're a fucking little kid. So, like, what are we doing? At this point, it's not really heading in a really good direction for defensive players. At this point, what's the point of even playing fucking defense? You might as well just do 7-on-7s at this point. Let's be honest. You might as well just do 7-on-7s. Like, the only thing the defense get is cornerbacks get to manhandle you for the first 5 yards. Besides that, they can't do anything with you. You know what I mean? So, like, you can't touch the quarterback. You know what I mean? You can't really do anything. So, I don't know. I really don't know what to do if you're on defense. Like, what can you do?
yeah, man. I'm with you on the kickoff and the challenger rule. I think those both are good approvals.
Mm-hmm.
I especially the kickoff rule. Just bring that kickoff rule back. You know what I'm saying? Because I thought they was taking the job away from a player. You know what I'm saying? There are guys who they make their bread and butter off of kicking, kickoff return and stuff like that. And you take that away from them, it's like you kind of taking the job off the field. You know what I'm saying? So. So I'm glad they brought that back. As far as this like, I think it's ridiculous. Like, look, the difference between somebody being dirty and just somebody trying to tackle. You know what I'm saying? Like, when somebody's just being super dirty, what I'm saying, trying to put their weight on somebody's ankle or whatever. That you could see that somebody's being dirty. I just think that now there's going to be a whole bunch of missed tackles. You know what I'm saying? Because all these guys are going to try to do that stupid shoulder thing that they do where they think they can hit stick somebody and knock them down. All it does is just keep them up. And so I don't like it. You can. There's only so much you could do in this sport, man. It's like you said, it's a physical sport, man. People are going to get hurt. It's the nature of the game. You know what I'm saying? You guys want to stop the hip drop, but you want to add more games. Like your claim is safety, but then y'all add more games. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you barely want to pay these guys. You know what I'm saying? The contracts. Doing all this franchise tag. You don't want to pay the running backs. You don't want to pay this player. Only players y'all want to play is the defensive lineman, offensive lineman, and quarterback. Maybe even corner. You know what I'm saying? And wide
Maybe,
receiver.
yeah, maybe, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even the wide receiver down the pipeline, I'm starting to think they might get devalued real soon
Yeah,
because
because it's gonna be too many of them. Yep.
there's so many in the league now. It's like, oh, I can get me guy in the third or fourth round. You know
But
what
you
I'm
know
saying?
why though, right? You know why that's happening, right? Because they see it before their eyes. You can't play
Mhm.
running back, you're not going to get paid. You can't play defense, like it's just impossible. You just can't play defense now. So the only thing I could do to make money if I'm not a quarterback is either play. I can't play D lineman because I'm not that big, not that strong. Like if I'm a corner size player, I'm going to play receiver. I'm just going to
Mhm.
play receiver. So you're going to get the more athletic. That's why you see Travis Hunter playing both sides. Like,
Mhm.
let's be honest. If I'm Travis Hunter, which would I rather play, cornerback or receiver? I'm gonna make more money being a receiver
True.
at this point. You know what I
But
mean?
and another thing is that there's so much 7-on-7 nowadays with these camps that
Yeah,
these kids are getting, route running 1-on-1, you
which
know what I'm
is really
saying,
good.
young,
Yeah,
and which
it's
is
really
good for the
good.
game.
Yeah, it's
But
really great for
that's
the
why
game.
you're producing so many of these good wide receivers coming out of the draft or whatever, because
Hmm.
they've been doing it since they was like 9, 10 years old. You know what I'm
Maybe even
saying?
younger than that. Yeah.
Yeah. So they out there running around the full route tree already.
Hmm.
Um, that's why this draft, you know what I'm saying? You see a new wide receiver getting touted every day. Oh, this dude from Malik Washington, Javon Baker. You know what I'm saying? Like I
Yeah.
hear a new dude every week. Oh, I wouldn't mind this guy. He's really good. You know what I'm saying? So,
Hmm.
uh, yeah, man. You can't take the physical out of football, man. The whole main purpose of football is what? Touchdowns and tackles. That's the main purpose. That's why people watch the game. Touchdowns and tackling. They want to see somebody get hit hard, or they want to see somebody catch a 90-yard bomb. That's what they want to see. Or a running back run for 90 yards down the field.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or an 80-yard kickoff return. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? They want to see that.
Hmm.
That's why the casuals. Now, us, some of us football nerds, we like the nuances of the game or whatever. But the people that don't care about that, they want to see the flashy stuff. I want to see somebody get put on their ass. I want to see somebody running in the end zone. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
So where do we go from here? Where does the NFL go from here? Like, what
I
is
don't,
gonna be the next thing they take away?
I don't know.
And then obviously with this being gone, do you think scoring is just gonna go crazy this year
Oh,
with the hip drill?
that's why they made this rule, man. They want to see 30 to 35 to 31. They want to see that. They don't
So
want
who
to
you
see
think
what the
hits?
Super Bowl. You saw the Super Bowl? They don't want that again.
Nah,
They
the
don't want
beginning
that.
parts of the Super Bowl were pretty. Where it was pretty bad. It was
That's
pretty
what I'm
like
saying. But
it was
they
pretty
want to
bad.
see
It
that.
was pretty boring.
It's
Well,
not
that's
like
what
the
I'm
Super
saying.
Bowl before, where I'm saying Eagles and Chiefs, where
Yeah,
yeah, it was a little in the beginning, but in that second half, it was back and forth, boom, boom, boom,
no
boom. You
doubt,
know what I'm
no doubt.
saying?
Like, look, we're both football lovers, but I've always said it. Football can be a boring sport to watch. If it's not good football, it's terrible. It's a terrible TV
Well,
look. You
that's
know what I
more
mean?
so to the fact. That's more so to the fact of, look, NFL. I know y'all want to reward every team and give them time to shine, but look, man, by week 5, we all know who the good teams in. It's no reason why the worst team in the league should be on Thursday night football or Monday night football. You got to be a good team to get prime time games. I'm sorry.
Well, I'm gonna say this at the same time though. We've noticed even with good teams, Thursday night football really still isn't really good because they don't get enough time. They don't get enough time to prepare.
Yeah.
They don't get enough time to heal their body. So it's just not a look like they're literally trying. As you said, it perfectly clear. You keep talking about health for these players and protecting these players, but then you're talking about adding another game. You're talking about adding Friday night football. You're talking about doing Christmas football. So if they're gonna have Christmas games, that means Christmas. You know what day Christmas is? A Tuesday. So you're gonna have a Tuesday game this year. So this is my thing. Like, what are we doing with the product of the NFL? They have a jewel. Like, listen, Even Rome was taken down. You know what I mean? Don't think NFL can't get taken down too with the dumb decisions that they make. This is a reality, brother. Like nothing lasts good forever. And the NFL is trending to dangerous territories for me because they're taking away the essence of what football really is. They're taking away the physicality. They're taking away the opportunities for these players to heal up and give us better product on the field. If they only get so much time to add in new plays or whatever it is and heal up a certain particular type of player. Like, look, if a starting quarterback gets a concussion on Sunday, he's not playing on Thursday. It's not happening. It's not happening. Name me a quarterback that was able to play on a Thursday when they got a concussion on a Sunday. Now they might have a chance the following Sunday because it gives them enough time to get out, to get first you got to get out of concussion protocol. And then I think you got to do another 48 hours of not having any other headaches or any other symptoms that comes from a concussion. You can't do that in a 72-hour span. It's just not going to happen.
Yeah, man. It's just I don't know. They're never going to take away Thursday games, but maybe they need to implement a rule.
Bump it up to Friday. If you're trying out Friday games, bump it up to Friday.
Yeah, maybe bump it to Friday or every other Thursday. I don't know, man. Like something, because
at this point, NFL is going to have a schedule like WWE Raw, bro. They're going to have a Saturday, they're going to have a Thursday, they're going to have a Friday, they're going to have a Tuesday, they're going to have a Monday. You know what I mean? They're going to have it all.
Yeah, it's all bad.
Yeah.
But hey, we're still going to watch it.
As long as there's betting involved, it always have some kind of
we're gonna watch it.
To the shit.
All right, man. Pick or stick. George Kittle edition.
Yeah, pick or stick George Kittle edition. You know what I mean? I got usually it's 10 names, but I did about 12 this time because I'm doing a little hiccup. We'll go about fast, brother. You know what I mean? I ain't gonna take too much of your time. We know you gotta finish your moving things. You know what I'm saying?
It's all good.
But and I do have another question for you after this too. All right, so number 1, Sam Laporta or George Kittle?
Because of his age, Sam Laporta.
Okay. Number 2, George Kittle or Kyle Pitts?
George Kittle, because I still got to see Kyle Pitts put some consistency, even though it's not all his fault.
Yeah,
I still got to see the consistency. Yeah.
Totally agree. All right, number 3, George Kittle or Tyler Higbee for the Rams?
Give me George. I like Higbee, but give me George.
Okay. Number 4, George Kittle or Dalton Kincaid from the Bills?
That's a good one right there. I like Dalton Kincaid. He's good. He's really good.
Really good.
But I'm gonna edge Kittle. I'm gonna edge Kittle.
Okay. All right, number 5, George Kittle or Jake Ferguson from the Dallas Cowboys?
Kittle.
I like Jake Ferguson.
Ferguson's nice, but no, he's
cool.
not Kittle.
All right, number 6, George Kittle or Cole Kmet from the Bears?
Kittle.
Cole Kmet's nice though.
He's nice, but he can't stay healthy.
No, neither can fucking George Kittle.
He can't. But yeah.
All right, number 7, George Kittle or David Njoku from the Browns?
Give me Kittle.
Yeah.
Njoku's kind of a one-hit wonder last year.
You think so? You don't think he can bring out another good year?
And he hit when Flacco. He wasn't doing this when Watson was out.
Well, does that say a lot about Watson or does that say a lot about Njoku?
But it wasn't even just.
And Amari Cooper was hooping off of everybody looked better without Watson.
I was just saying, it was other quarterbacks before Watson got there. Njoku always had that potential. He always looked like he could do something, but he never just really like.
But let me ask you though. Sorry to interrupt, but wasn't Joe Flacco the best quarterback the Browns have had in a long time? Probably since like the good Baker Mayfield year.
Yeah, I guess, but
I'm just saying. All right, next one. George Kittle or Mark Andrews of the Baltimore Ravens?
This is good. This is a tough one right here. But I'm gonna surprise everybody. Give me Mark Andrews.
Okay. All right. Here is my wild card. He doesn't even start, but he's shown that he can be hella nice. George Kittle or Isaiah Likely from the Baltimore Ravens?
I like Isaiah Likely.
I love Isaiah Likely. He's nasty.
I wouldn't mind somebody. If you're a team and you're tight end, you should go trade for Isaiah Likely.
100%. 100%. 100%. I think he could be the
uh,
next one if he gets the right op.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Somebody need to trade for that man. Uh,
Do
I'm
it. Do
going
it.
to. I
Do
know
it.
I'm an edge Kittle because he's done it on a more consistent level. But yeah, I like Riley, but I got to give it to Kittle. But yeah,
Damn. I thought she was gonna go with the boy. I thought she was gonna go with the boy,
I
man.
can't not right now. I got to see
Uh,
it one more year. Let me see one more year of him producing like he did last year. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure, for sure. All right. Number 10, George Kittle or Dallas Goedert of the Philadelphia Eagles.
Give me Kittle. I like Goddard. Goddard's nice, but
Okay.
he's not Kittle.
Last two, number 11, George Kittle or Evan Ingram of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Kittle. I like
Kittle.
Ingram too, but give me Kittle.
All right. Last one, George Kittle or Pat Fryermuth of the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Kittle. I like
Man, you
Fire
love you
real
some
best.
Kittle, huh? Even after what you
I
saw in
think
the
he's the second
playoffs.
best, like behind Travis Kelce. I think he's the second best.
You think so?
Yeah,
Even after that showing he did in the playoffs?
I mean in the playoffs, yeah.
Come on, Tom. I don't
But
like
we
Kittle,
talking,
but come on,
but
man. You got to
yard,
show up
but
sooner or later.
the consistency as far as regular season yards and all that stuff, he's been up there with Kittle. I mean, been up there with Travis Kelce. He has.
Man, you really love George Kittle.
I mean, my
I probably
man,
would have done a couple different names.
like Travis broke a record, and then he went around and broke the record the same day.
How long ago was that, though?
It was like 3 years ago.
All right, man. All right, man.
But
I
he
would
still
probably.
puts up 1,000-yard seasons.
No, I get it. I'm not saying George Kittle is bad. I'm not saying he's bad. He's up there. He's probably one of the top 5, top 6 for me. But I would probably take Sam over him. I would take Mark Andrews. I low key would take Isaiah Likely. I get it. Like you want to see it another year, but I think his potential is fucking nuts. I think Isaiah Likely is what we all thought Kyle Pitts was going to be. Real talk. Real talk. Like, and look, Lamar Jackson, like he loves his tight ends, bro. But imagine if he was with a Justin Herbert. Imagine if he was with a fucking Aaron Rodgers. Even your boy. Let's say Travis Kelce retires next year and they get Isaiah Likely. You know what I mean?
I'd be happy. I'd be elated.
You know what I mean? I think that's not a bad I think that's not a bad pickup. You know what I mean? I was gonna throw my boy in there, but he's too young. He just got off a rookie year. I got to see more.
I gotta see more from what's his name, Mayer.
Yeah, Michael Mayer. I got to see more, but I think he has potential too. I could see him. He looks like the next Mark Andrews to me, like just the way he is. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he has promise. I got to see it a little bit more. Plus, he got hurt a little bit last year.
Yeah.
But before we go on, I know we're almost done.
Oh, go ahead. That's right. Yeah.
Question. So I was listening to a Bill Simmons podcast, and he was talking to Ariel Helwani, and they love wrestling. They love wrestling. So they're kind of talking about in the sense of how WWE, they're going to get rid of Monday Night Raw. They think they're going to go more into like maybe Tuesday night, Wednesday night, or something like that. So I just wanted to get your thoughts, man. Like, do you think that's the right route to go, especially with Mondays taking a lot of big games? Like, obviously, you have like the NCAA championship games for men's basketball and football. You have other big events. Like now you have you have Monday Night Raw. I mean, not Monday Night Raw. You have Monday Night Football. Then obviously you have the playoff game and all that. So it takes a lot of Mondays away. Do you think that's the right move for WWE to get away from Mondays and maybe go to like a Tuesdays or something like that for like Raw?
Well, yeah, because I mean, at the end of the year, they're going to Netflix. So,
yeah.
I mean, Monday Night Raw doesn't really matter anymore. So, yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be the right move to do because now you could just watch it on Netflix and be cool. So, yeah, I have no problem with that. You know what I'm saying? I have no problem moving off on Monday. Whatever day they do it, I don't think they'll do it Tuesday because NXT is on Tuesday. So I don't know when they'll do it, but and I don't know if you want to do a Wednesday, even though, what I'm saying, a lot of people say, oh, well, they'll wipe AEW out the water. But, that's when AEW does their stuff on Wednesday. So I don't know. I don't know when they'll do it. You know what I'm saying? But
like, when would you do it? Like, obviously, you said NXT is usually on Tuesdays.
Well, unless you move NXT to win, I could see them doing a move where they move NXT to Thursdays, because there's nothing really going on Thursday as far as wrestling goes.
They don't do SmackDown on Thursday somewhere. Oh, they moved it to Fridays. Yeah, they do it
Friday night.
Okay.
So I could see them doing somewhere. What's the name is on Tuesday now? You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Because nothing really goes on Tuesdays. So you put Raw on Tuesdays, and then Wednesday you got AEW, and then Thursday you have a NXT. And then Friday, yeah, SmackDown. So
Okay. You know what? Also, I was also thinking maybe you can give us a recap of what happened throughout the week for WWE. You know, kind of just keep us up to date going up to WrestleMania. So, if you can, please, you know, kind of what has happened the last week or two with Raw and SmackDown and all that.
it's
Anything
just
important?
it's just more so Cody and Roman going back and forth about their match at WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Cody showed up on Thursday. I mean Friday. I'm sure it's Friday SmackDown. You know, they did a little promo against each other. Um, they had made an agreement that none of the bloodline could show up. You know, he can't. You know what I'm saying? So it was just him and Roman talking. So they did a little back and forth promo. It was cool. But then of course Roman tried to pull the okey doke, pulled out the bloodline, Jimmy Uso, and Solo Sokoa came out, looked like they was trying to jump him. Then Cody Rhodes, he didn't look worried. He had a smile on his face. Next thing you know, you look at the crowd, you see Jay Uso, you see Seth Rollins come out, they got hoodies on, whatever. So he's like, yeah, came prepared because I knew he was gonna try to do some bullshit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so yeah, they're setting that up. Um, there's what else? You got Seth Rollins going against Drew McIntyre. That's gonna be a good match. I think Drew wins that match. You got because I think they're gonna set up for him and CM Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, who else? The women, you got Rhea Ripley going against Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Honestly, I don't know who's gonna win that match. I wouldn't be surprised if they give it to Becky, but I wouldn't also surprised if somehow Liv Morgan fixed into this equation because they've been trying to tease Liv Morgan to get back into this because her and Rhea Ripley have so much history. They were
Mm-hmm.
tag team partners. Rhea turned on her, all that good stuff. So that could be something to look forward to, maybe a backlash or something like that. Um, Bailey, she's in it with Damage Control, her old crew, Asuka, Io Sky, Kira Sane, and Dakota Kai. They've been kind of beating on her. Naomi has kind of helped her out, trying to help her out, jump in. Bianca Belair is like she's kind of getting what she deserves. This is karma because she was, raining terror on all of us, beating us down with Damage Control. Now she
Mm-hmm.
wants all our help. When they turn on her, she's kind of getting what she deserves, and Naomi's kind of like in the middle of it, like, no, we should help her out. Everybody has a bad past, but you know what I'm saying? Like, she's cool with me. So she's kind of stuck in the middle of that. Um, so that's gonna be interesting to see. I could see Bianca Belair helping her out at the end. Somehow, and probably Jay Cargill probably get involved somehow too. So Bailey's gonna have all the black women help her out.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
And then the story with Sami Zayn and Gunther. He's
Mm-hmm.
the IC champion. Um, but in somewhere like somehow they're gonna fit. Somehow Chad Gable's gonna be involved in this because Chad has been talking about how he wants it more than Sammy, even though he lost to Sammy in a match. To see who goes to face Gunther in the IC championship. Um, I could see it somehow Sammy wins the title and then drops it to Chad Gable or something like that at Backlash or something. Um, we got Jay Uso versus Jimmy Uso, brother versus brother. They've been teasing this. They last year they had an interview when they were still like tag teaming together. They said this was their dream match. They
Mm-hmm.
wanted to face each other at a WrestleMania where they're going to get their opportunity. They did a face off on Monday, actually, talking trash to each other. And Cody Rhodes came and helped Jay Uso out. But that's going to be an interesting match. Definitely emotions are going to be running high between those two because they're finally getting that match to go against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, man. And then, you got the tag team gauntlet going down. LA Knight versus AJ Styles is going to be a good one. I like the storyline that's going on with them. Uh, Last time we saw on Friday, LA Knight pulled up to AJ Styles' house and they got into it. The cops came and arrested LA Knight. So it's getting spicy on that one. And then you got Logan Paul. He's going against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens for the IC championship. I don't know who wins that. I
Mm-hmm.
speculate Randy could win that one, but we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe they give it to KO because he's been beefing with Logan the most.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see KO getting that US title. I'm cool with either or getting the belt.
Mm-hmm.
So no, it's shaping up for WrestleMania to be a good one. It's a 2 night event, so it's gonna be live. Of course, we already know the main events for both shows. Friday, I mean, the first night is Rock and Roman versus Cody and Seth. We'll see if Seth turns on
Mm-hmm.
Cody.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's speculating this,
Mm-hmm.
or they do some real okie dokie stuff and let Jay Uso turn on Cody and bring the bloodline into full fruition. And we'll see if Cody finishes the story on night 2. Because I think if he don't, everybody's head is gonna explode.
And how many weeks until WrestleMania?
It's not next week. It's the week after next, I think. Or it might be next weekend. Not this weekend coming up.
But the
30th.
following weekend.
The following week. Yeah, it's the following week. It's the first week of April.
Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna watch it. I think I'm gonna watch it.
Saturday,
You know what I mean?
Saturday night and Friday. I mean, for Saturday night and Sunday night.
Okay.
So,
I know Raw's tonight. Is there anything big going on? Like any
the
big
Rock
matches?
is showing up tonight. He's coming.
The Rock
he's
is
coming
showing up tonight.
Raw. Yeah, he's coming. They already said that it's supposed to be like a packed house. So it's supposed to be like the most fans there in a long time on Monday Night Raw. Some I read like, the Rock still moves the needle. You know what I'm saying? Say what you want. The man still moves the needle, and he's still one of the greatest wrestlers of all times. And when he gets on that mic, everybody listens. So, and he still stands the test of times. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely being a good heel to Cody. Although I suspect that he possibly could turn on Roman and make him lose his belt to Cody at WrestleMania. So we'll see.
That's what's up. I'm gonna try to check out Raw. I see wrestling becoming more popular, so I figure we can start doing this a little bit. Especially WrestleMania is coming up, so it's getting huge. So
yeah, for sure. Oh, and Sasha Banks, aka Mercedes Moné, she showed up to AEW. She's doing her thing over there, bringing in the numbers. So she's fitting in real nicely. You know what I'm saying? Starting her little beefs off. So we'll see where that goes. Hopefully that it's starting to get AEW starting to get back to what it was when it first started. with good storylines and good booking and
not
this
used to big that up a lot. Yeah, used to big up AEW more than WWE.
Yeah, not dream match booking like Tony been doing these past few years where he's like, oh, these two, I want to see them. That's cool, but we ain't got no storyline. Like, it's to this. Now he's starting to get back to, getting the storyline going. My man Swerve and Samoa Joe. I want to see my man Swerve get that belt at Dynasty in April, be the first black AEW champion. I want to see that. Swerve is a superstar. He does music too. He does music with the likes of like Wale and Rick Ross and all them dudes. So he's well known in that world. And if you put the belt on him, he's going to be a good crossover guy. That he's going to get superstars and stuff over at AEW. He already had Rick Ross on there. He's had a few other people. I think Jelly Roll came on there. A few other people. You know what I'm saying? So he's definitely got that type of push and pull. And then you put the TBS champion on Mercedes Moné. She's gonna push it. You know what I'm saying? She's doing her thing on the acting ticket too. She's been Star Wars, and I think she's got some other roles coming down the pipeline. Swerve actually has a horror movie he's about to be in that's coming out real soon. So
okay, cool.
So yeah, they doing their thing over there, man.
For sure. Excited.
All right, man. Let's do flowers of the week.
All right, man. So flowers of the week, keep it real simple, man. I'm gonna give it to my homies, man. It's their birthdays this month. I'm gonna give a shout out to my homie Sean. His birthday is today. That's my boy, man. Hopefully family's good, all good. And I'm gonna give it also to my boy. You also know him, Big Ron, give you shout out to his birthday is on the 27th. You know what I mean? So, and then my birthday is tomorrow. So it's kind of crazy. You know, his birthday is today, mine's tomorrow. Big homies on Wednesday. So shout out to my homies, man. Hope y'all have a great day, bro. Love y'all, bros. Those are my flowers, man.
Right on. I'm gonna give my flowers to you, sir. Your birthday is tomorrow.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate
You
it,
know what I'm
man.
saying? Another
Appreciate
year, you live, you're breathing, you're looking good. You know what I'm saying? Pause. You know what I'm saying?
it. Thank you, sir. Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. It's always good to be able to make it around the sun another time, man. So don't know how many of these you're gonna get, so you gotta appreciate it.
And then I want to give my flowers to my GOAT producer, Dr. Dre. You got to walk on the walk of Hall of Fame. You know what I'm saying? You got to give love to Dr. Dre. You know what I'm saying? He's been here since the 80s, y'all, and he's still here relevant. You know what I'm saying? He's put out some of your greatest acts from Eminem to Snoop Dogg to 50 Cent. You know what I'm saying? He's put his stamp on and various other rappers and singers. So you gotta show love to Dr. Dre, man. He's part of one of the most prominent rap groups of all time, NWA with Easy E, Death Row Records. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Dr. Dre, man. He deserves every accolade that he gets, man.
No doubt, man. Shout out to the doc, bro. Shout out to him.
Let's get it. All right. We'll get your hell no all the week.
So my hell nah, you know, obviously if people haven't seen it, there's been this video going around of Keith Murray and this lady, you know, kind of like bantering him. You know, Keith Murray's not really in a really great state. You know, he was kind of like begging for money, and then she was kind of like just putting the camera in his face, telling him to do this, do that to get the money and all that. Yo, that shit's fucking crazy. That chick needs to just stop doing shit like that. That clout shit is crazy. We all know Keith Murray for being one of the top MCs back in the day. See him in the state that he's in. Hopefully, you know, somebody that's close to him can get the help that he needs. Anybody who does that with celebrities, making them want to do stuff, especially when they're in down bad, you know, you kind of see it with Delonte West, you know, old basketball player. They used to play with Bron, you know, seen him in the streets. And so it was very disgusting, nasty work that I saw in this video from this lady. That's probably, I just hate when people do stuff like that, man. That's just very inconsiderate. If you want to give him some help, give him some help, but you don't need to film him. You don't need to berate him into asking him to do certain things, asking him to rap, and like, he's not no fucking dancing monkey. He's a human being. Give him the help that he deserves, man. So prayers out to Keith Murray, man. I hope you get the help. I hope you get the guidance that you need. I hope you get off the streets. I hope you're able to better yourself, brother. And hell no to her, man, because that was disgusting.
Yeah, man, that's disgusting work, man. And you know, if you don't know Keith Murray, man, he's one of the pioneers of this hip hop shit, man. He was around in the early '90s with his work with Eric Sermon, and Redman, Def Squad. You know what I'm saying? Like, Keith Murray was that dude back in the day. So, man,
yeah,
prayers to Keith Murray. All right, I got two hell no's, man. My first hell no goes to the young lady who dissed my man, they calling him, with the light blue joint, the polo with the light blue pants.
Oh yeah, I seen the video. Yeah,
dude was like, I ain't fresh. My man looked clean, man. I don't know what she was talking about. And then they show her.
She busted this shit, huh?
And no disrespect to my LGBTQ, you know, community, but she was a stud, man. She had some baggy ass jeans on, a big ass t-shirt.
Nah.
How dare you, young lady? We're not doing this. My man was looking fresh. He had the light blue from head to toe, North Carolina blue.
It was clean too. It was like, it wasn't crispy. Dirty. It was iron. He had the double layered. He had no creases. He had the double layer with the shirt underneath. It was perfect. Like, you know, the way the shirt peeked out from the blue. It was the nice length, man, where it was perfect. Like the layering was nice. You know what I mean? I don't know what she's talking about. The cut was clean, like, you know what I mean? Shoes was clean. Like, what we talking about, dog?
You could tell it crushed my man. You know what I'm saying? His confidence that day, man. Fuck that girl, man.
Yeah,
he was clean, man, that day, brother. He was clean.
Girls are weird, man. Some girls are
My
weird.
other hell no goes to Nickelodeon. God damn, man. I watched I'm at episode 4 right now. But
I finished it.
jeez.
We're gonna talk about it on Wednesday.
We're gonna dive deep on Wednesday.
It's on topic list.
Lord, man. Like, what were y'all doing over there at Nickelodeon, man?
My question is, when's the Disney one coming out?
Oh, it's coming because dude got to working over there too.
Coming out,
my man got to working over at Disney too on Cody and My Sweet Life with Cody and Zach.
Mm-hmm. You saw them names writing those letters for old boy. That shit was great.
Them too. Y'all get a hell no too. Because you knew. And prayers out to Drake Bell, man. You know what I'm saying? You telling your story. I know that was rough for you, brother. I know that was hard to do, man, because you could see it in his face. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad that you got the closure. I mean, you'll never get over that. That's a traumatic experience, and you'll probably always have that in the back of your head, man. But to at least allow yourself to release that out to the public and say, hey, this is what I went through. And hopefully, I don't know what it is about the, parents. Y'all got to be with you, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking to all parents. I'm sure there are parents, in history that were close to their kids and made sure nobody got around their kids. But you parents out there that are parading your kids out there to be actors, y'all got to stop this mess, man. I'm blaming y'all, man. The R. Kelly stuff, parents too. Yeah. Parents was allowing R. Kelly to go off with the kids and stuff, and y'all not watching. There's no way any of my 4 kids coming up that I would allow any celebrity or any person be around my kid. And I'm not there.
Look, man, we can get deep into the parents pawning off their kids for stardom and money and all that type of shit.
I'm sorry, you're not getting close to my child. You are not. I don't care how much money you got hovering over our head. No price is worth the pain and suffering for my child. It's not.
It's no difference from parents in sports.
Exactly.
It's no difference.
Exactly. So, Nickelodeon, you get a hell no. Everybody is involved in that situation. You all get it. Dan Snyder, hell no.
Yeah, that's some of them videos are fucking crazy. Like that Ariana Grande shit. We'll talk about it on Wednesday. Yeah, that shit was crazy. I was like, oh my God, I don't remember them shits, but some of them I do remember, and I was like, damn, yeah. Damn.
As a kid, you're like, oh, that's just funny, but then you look at it at the door, it's like, damn.
We'll talk about it we'll talk more about it on Wednesday.
Oh my God, bro. Oh hell no, man. What the fuck, man? Get your ass on, boy. You get your goddamn ugly ass on.
Yeah, man, nasty work over there. All right, man. Shout out to Glitch Energy Drink, man.
Yeah, man. Shout out to Glitch, man. They've been riding with us for a minute. Glitch Energy Drink offers a wide range of delicious flavors to suit everyone's taste preferences, whether in the fruity flavors like Maui Punch, Cherry Bomb, Blue Smurf, and grenades. There's something for everyone. Glitch Energy Drink is not only great for gamers and workout warriors, but also for everyday people who simply need a boost of energy. It's a healthy choice that you can feel good about. You can find more information and purchase Glitch Energy Drink at glitchenergy.com. Again, that's glitchenergy.com. Remember to use the promo code CRISSTYLE and Mall to get 10% off your purchases and to start enjoying these delicious drinks, man. So shout out to Glitch, man. Use the promo code, save that bread.
Wow. Diddy's LA home raided by Homeland Security.
What?
Yeah, it just popped up.
Oh shit. Well, could be another topic for Wednesday.
Yeah, for sure.
What was that, TMZ?
Yeah.
Should have known.
TMZ. They know before you know.
Yeah, they on that shit.
All right, man. Shout out to Glitch Energy. My bad, Glitch, but we saw some stuff. But shout out to Glitch, man. Go get some Glitch Energy drink in your life. Whatever streaming platform you use to listen to Cris Style and Mall podcast, we are available on there, whether it be Spotify, Apple, Google, Stitcher, iHeartRadio.
Yo, they said Diddy's son's in handcuffs, dog.
Oh, Justin and all them?
Yeah, they in handcuffs, bro. Oh my God. Yeah, topic on Wednesday, people. Yeah, topic on Wednesday. We getting added. It's live ad. Sorry, my bad, brother.
No, you good. You good. No, but
My
whatever
bad,
streaming platform you use, and if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that subscription button, or hit that notification button. So when we go live on Mondays at 12 and Wednesdays at 9:30, you could tap in with us. Talk about some of these topics with us. You know what I'm saying, and be involved in the show. So go ahead and do that. Whatever social media platform you use, whether it be Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Threads, Twitch, whatever you use. Cris Lamar Podcast is on there, so go ahead and type that in. Hit us up, follow us. We'll follow you back. If you got any critiques, feedback, a question, a topic, if you got anything like that, whether it's sports, music, entertainment, TV stuff, real life stuff, go ahead and send it in, man, so we can bring it up. And if we like the topic or the question, we will shout your name out and put you a part of the show, man, because we appreciate all the people who watch our show, and we want you guys to be a part of this experience just as much as we are. So we just trying to give y'all the best podcast content, and we want you to love the content that we bring y'all. So,
and breaking news too.
And yeah, mid show. But yeah, until Wednesday, people. If y'all have a good week, we out.
Love.